Thank you, the entrepreneur social movement, which has invited me here to share my story with you. At the outset, before embarking on my story, I would like to tell you that I'm not here to prove the superiority of entrepreneurship over employment. That means for business over doing a job, because it is very subjective. Okay, whatever gives you a better quality of life and more fulfillment is good for you. So it's a very subjective decision. One. Secondly, I'm also not here to tell you the formula for success, because I believe success is not a one-time event or a one-time experience, but it's an ongoing journey of progress. If there is a progress in your life, you're moving towards success. That's how I look at it. So this evening, my endeavor is only to tell you my story as it is, and possibly you may find some of your answers there. Right. So I'm one of the co-founders of the company called Flagship Biotech International. It started in 2009. So we are 3 co-founders. We have 2 other directors with me. And this is a pharmaceutical company. Okay? In our journey, I mean, all 3 of us were working in different areas in this company. Right. So when we were in our, I basically used to handle, in my pharmaceutical business, I used to handle this area called business development on a global level. My other co-founder, who is in Flagship Biotech now, he was handling sales of a particular geography, and the third guy was doing operations. All 3 of us at a particular point in our life separately encountered this problem, right? If you understand the way multinationals work, because I'm from a multinational background, they have a set system of working. So in the pharmaceutical field, when a big multinational gives or it distributes medicines around the globe, it has set parameters and set ways of doing things. The guys or our clients who used to buy from us, they posed certain challenges in front of us. This was the challenge. Is it possible to supply medicines that are world-class quality, but at a very affordable, approachable price, in small quantities with faster delivery times? Which means quality to chahiye, price kam chahiye, jaldi bhi chahiye, or small quantity bhi chahiye. So 4 impossibilities. You know, normally in the field of manufacturing and doing business, these are called the 4 impossibilities. One thing you need to cancel out. If you want low price, then you give me my time to make it. Sab chahiye. And so this is what struck all 3 of us separately. And we were chatting once that this is what the world is now demanding. They're asking for the same quality, but at better pricing, faster, because the multinationals can't do it now. They fail on one or more of these parameters. They don't fail on quality. The price is high, but they fail on small quantities. The quantities are large, and they fail on deliveries. So we did an exercise. That let's validate this, okay? So we kept thinking about it, about whether this is possible. We went back to the supply chain, and we got back. We kept discussing this, and we got back, and we felt it is possible. We felt that this is possible. So, but we didn't take the plunge of becoming an entrepreneur. I mean, I didn't take the plunge, or we didn't take the plunge of becoming an entrepreneur right away, okay? So what we did is, we went back to our different clients globally, and we told them that if we make this possible, then would it be possible for you to support us? Yes, why can't we support you? So we got good response from our clients. They said, yes, we will provide the seed capital for you. We will give you orders with advance money. So that is like your seed funding for you. And you can start off, because our business is suffering because we are aligned to the multinationals from whom we do not get this service that we are looking for, the 4-step service. If you can give me this, or if you can give us this, then we are in. So we felt, yes, we can do it. But the entrepreneurship is combining innovation with risk for enhancement of financial return. That's the classical definition. So there is an innovation here. There is a way of doing this, okay? But the point is, are we ready to take the risk? So we know how to do it, but can you take the risk was the point. We took a calculated risk with 3 of us. So we said, ek ek karke chhodte hain. We leave one by one. And we did that. We took a calculated risk. We didn't take with all 3 coming together and starting one day. Waisa nahi hua. We took a calculated risk because of finances, a lot of other constraints we had. There was one person who left, the second person and the third. We took that risk. And we started off in my partner's flat. He made his office, his bedroom his office, and he was working from there. So from that, we brought a small office in Airoli. Then we moved to a bigger office. And we rented out warehouses for that. And we kept moving, we kept moving, we kept moving. Now we have completed 9 years with this thought process. We kept moving. And we have completed 9 years. We're close to around $12 million now. And we have a factory in Baroda, which we acquired on the way. And we are aligned to a very fast growth. This, I feel, has come about due to many factors. So now my story may look like wonderful, I'm going to do this, but there have been a lot of challenges, and this has come about due to many factors. First, as I said, entrepreneurship is combining innovation with risk to enhance financial return. I've tweaked it a little bit. So in my case, I define entrepreneurship like this: combining innovation with risk to enhance financial return or while adding value to the world you live in. So it is not just about the money. So there are many ways of earning money, but if you're not, at the end of the day, adding value to the world you're living in, then I feel you're not in true entrepreneurship, right? So we have a credo in our company. In the sense, we have a sort of a belief system in our company. So we don't do medicines ever. We will not do medicines, or we would not compromise on quality. Quality would be world class. So it has to be tested in the best of labs before release, even if it means decreasing your profit, one. Secondly, we don't do products of substance abuse. So there are products that could be abused, substance abuse like narcotics. We don't do that, and we do not deal in those medicines, because many of these products, even through the legal route, enter the illegal trade. So we know that. So we don't do it. So if I go back to my desk and there would be orders for narcotic products, medical narcotics, that would be crores and crores. And because we know how to do it, we have the license to do it, so it's a legal way, but we don't do it because we know it moves into the illegal trade. And also, we don't do abortifacient medicines, the medicines for abortion. We don't do those medicines as well. Fourthly, we spend a lot on our employees. So we spend, it's like giving back. So we spend a lot on employee development. We train them a lot. We pay them a little better than what a multinational would do at, for that same grade or for that same level in that company. We pay them like that. We have a lot of incentives and schemes. So we really spend a lot on our employees and keep them happy. So they really give their best. When you give your most, it is your best. That's what I believe. So they really give their most. So that has been a strong driver for our company. Yes. And somehow down the line, we have understood one thing, that every business is a living being. Every business is like a living organism. The promoters maybe would be the heart. They are the guys who pump and give life to the business. And all the people, the managers, the presidents, the departments are like the brain, the lungs, the eyes, the hands and feet. there's an important component we forget, and that is the blood that keeps all these organs running. What do you think the blood is? So Mr. Bajaj would know that, but because he is basically aligned to that thought process. So the blood is basically, I would call, the blood is cash. The amount of cash available in your system. Now, when I posed this question to a lot of others, they said the blood that makes your business work is the sales. I said, no. If the sales is high, but the profit is negligible, then you're in charity. If the sales is high, profit is high, but the money is still not collected, it is in the market, then you are actually having no money in your company. If the sales is high, profit is high, collection is also high, but your expenses are sky high, all that money would be drained off. Therefore, high sales, high profit, high collection, optimum expenses gives a good cash reserve. This formula is used by many companies to structure their businesses. And because of this fourfold formula, everybody can contribute. So there's a guy who contributes in sales, there's a finance who can contribute in collections, and there are all these support systems that can contribute to the expenses. So this factor, if you lose, so there is a 100 crore company having a fantastic turnover, but then the books may show 2 crores or 3 crores. There would be a 10 crore company having 7 crore as cash. I would call the 10 crore company as a more healthy company. So it all depends how you look at and how you deal with money. So there is a lot of training and there is a lot of systems management that requires to be done. Second point. See, we are here, all here. We are all here. And you're hearing me. Presently, you're taking all my input and you're hearing me with your mind. So it's more of a mind game. It's more of a mind game. You might feel a bit charged up. That's good. You might feel, okay, I'm getting more convinced. I'm trying to identify myself with this talk, or I might get a little mentally induced. All that is fine. So there is a lot of, I feel progress starts with the mind. But that's not enough. That's not enough. 30% of progress is with the mind. So it's important, and it's the first step for your mind to be charged up, for you to be aware, to have the understanding. The next 20% of progress comes in planning, putting that mind onto the paper. The next 20%, which also many people do, but still you're just at the average level. And that's what I feel many businesses fail. Because you have a fantastic plan, you have a fantastic sense of awareness, very high motivation, but you have reached 50%. What is the other 50? The other 50 in this war or this battle is execution. Practically, that's another game or that's another world altogether. You might have the fantastic plan, but when you try to execute it, you keep failing. You just feel that your motivation was not enough, that your planning was not enough, whatever it is. But execution is the key. And I feel that this is the age of partnerships. This is not the age of absolute ownership. If you want to execute it, get the expert. Try to find those guys who have done it. Try to find those guys who know how to do it rather than trying to battle it all yourself. You will have to shell out money, you will have to dilute the amount of stuff that you have, may or may not equity, but I feel at the end of the day, it is better to have a slice of the lemon or the slice of a melon. It's better to have a slice of the melon rather than having an entire grape. You have an entire grape and you have a slice of a melon, it's better to have a slice of a melon. So even if you engage in partnerships that would involve distributing your finance, diluting your finances, fine, no worries. But you are in the right fray of execution. And this is what I've seen when I spoke to many friends or people who started along with me up to 50%, most of them reached. Some at the 30% level, you're down. Some at the 20, they can't plan. But most of them, I've seen, they're at the 50% level. But you are stuck at that. Execution is where you need to really, really, fight the battles out. And there you need experts, you need partnerships, you need people who have walked that way before, more or less, to take you through. So this has been basically our way of working. So we try to engage in partnerships, getting in experts, taking the best advice or doing the best things or taking best people on board and trying to execute it well. I also feel in our one of the most primary, I would say, reason for our success is our belief system. So we believe in God, okay, to a considerable level, and I think many people have everything right with them, but they still don't succeed. There is an element of faith that needs to be there, and if you're there to get value to society, then definitely success will not be far behind. This has been, in a very short, sweet manner, my entrepreneurship story of how we started from the, the life in a multinational company to where we are right now. And I've tried to put across this long story in this 20 minutes. Thank you very much.